Welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day so far today. In the last episode, we built 3 PCs from used parts to sell on PC Bay to make some money. If you missed that episode, you should definitely go back and check it out. In this episode, we're going to continue trying to max out level 32 so that we can unlock all the new goodies that came out with version 1.9. If you missed the episode where I discussed version 1.9 and all the new stuff that came out and took a tour of the new workshop, I'll put a link up in the upper right hand corner. You can go and give that video a watch. Let's hop into our email. Let's see what we have going on. Let's see. What we got here? We got a fix. Says, what's up? I need some repairs. I dropped it on the floor. Can you finish before 8 days? Is it okay that it's so dusty? It looks a bit bland in there. Some plastic light gray cables might make it look nicer. Many thanks, Lisa. So a budget of $700 to replace the CPU and the hard drive. Take a look at their stats here. So they got an 886K with probably a terrible cooler on that thing. And a Mortoni Easy Store 320. So they need an 8086K and an Easy Store 320. I think we can make that happen. Let's open up the shop real quick. Let's just go ahead and put those parts in the cart. And then for storage, let's see, we need Easy Store. Oops, not X. EZ, not EX. Was it a 320? I've already forgotten. Yeah, it was a 320. So let's go ahead and add that to the cart. So we've got both of those parts for this repair. Let's go ahead and accept it. And then let's do a build. Let's take a look at this one. It says, can you help me out with something? I used to build my own PCs, but I don't have time anymore. Can you help? Please install custom water cooling on the CPU. I really want the CPU to overclock to 4650 megahertz. Let's overclock the GPU to 1725 megahertz. Can you make this your #1 priority, please? Don't try and pass off any used parts. I want all new stuff. Kind regards, Nicholas Twain. Popular Twain vehicles. All right, so he's got a budget of $4,750 for a custom water-cooled CPU. So just the CPU? He just wants custom water cooling on the CPU. So the GPU is not going to be water-cooled. I am sure we can make that happen for him. Let's go ahead and accept that one. Let me go ahead and open up the custom water cooling shop because we need that as well. I'm going to step away, get some parts put in the shopping cart, and I will be right back. For this build, we're going to go with an EK CPU block, an EK Plexi reservoir, and a Corsair XR7 series, which I believe is the thick radiator, if I'm not mistaken. 360 millimeter radiator. Let's go ahead and buy all of that so I don't forget. As for the rest of the build, we're going to go with an Asus ROG Strix B550E gaming motherboard, a Ryzen 9 3900X, 2 sticks of HyperX Fury, RAM 16 gig 3600 megahertz, an Asus ROG Strix RTX 2080 Super, 1000 watt Corsair power supply, 2 terabyte ADATA M.2 drive. We're going to add a couple of Corsair ML140 fans. We're going to put all of that in the Ryzen Tech. Is it Coas or Coius? I don't know. Anyway, that case, the Evo TC. Let's go ahead, and then there's our stuff for our repair. Let's go ahead and buy all of this for next day delivery. I've already accepted that. Let's make sure we accepted that. Excellent. Let's go into our day. We can get in our parts and our repair, and we can get to work. Oh, what do we have here? Looks like we might have some extra stuff. This is definitely extra stuff. I didn't order this. This must be from PC Bay. What do we have here? Empty case. A fix. What? Oh. This must be something I ordered off of PC Bay as well. Just an empty case. Let's throw that in the closet. We'll save that for another time. Let's get this fixed. We can get this put... Oh, it's a little dusty. It's a little bit dusty. We'll get that put over there. We'll clean it up in a minute. Let's get this case put on this bench, and we can grab the Post-it note. Go ahead and stick that on the bench as well. Well, let's get started with this dirty PC. Look at this. The a little glitchy. Oh well. Hopefully it won't glitch anymore once we get all the dust off of it. See if this thing wants to clean up for us. Maybe? Maybe? Anything? Oh, okay. I think I need some stronger compressed air. Sometimes this compressed air just doesn't seem like it's got enough power to get all that filth out. Now, I believe they said they wanted some gray cabling in here. So let's go ahead and remove all this green. There we go. There we go. Then, what's happening? There we go. Then let's get this terrible little cooler off of here. And we can go ahead and pull this CPU out. Let's make sure it's actually broken. Let's do fits this PC. Maybe. There we go. I see something broken. Yeah, it's definitely broken. Definitely broken. So let's sell off that broken one. We'll get a couple of bucks for it. Let's grab the new one and go ahead and get that installed in the motherboard. And let's get some thermal paste on there and go ahead and reinstall their terrible little cooler back on this 886K. Like, I'm curious as to how hot this thing runs. I really am. Where's this hard drive? Where's this hard drive we need to replace? Did we get to it from this side or this side? Let's see, was it in this? There we go. All right, let's pull this hard drive out. Let's go to storage. It's definitely broken. Let's sell that off. Grab the new one. Get it installed in the same spot. Get this thing closed back up. And we can probably close up this side as well. Let's make sure, I want to make sure they wanted gray cables. Plastic light gray cables. Plastic light gray cables. Let's make sure I have those. Plastic, loose plastic. Ribbon braided. Let's just go back up. Let's just go back with the loose plastic, plain light gray cables. Hopefully that's what they want. They do look pretty nice. They stand out against the black case. It looks nice. Looks real nice. All right, let's power this on, make sure everything works. We'll hop into their BIOS real quick. I'm just curious. I mean, the CPU temp doesn't look too bad. 44C. Probably wouldn't try to overclock it. Let's go ahead and turn XMP on. Hopefully that's the correct boot drive. No OS found. So, okay. So they were running their operating system off of that slow hard drive. Interesting choice. Let's power cycle this thing. And hopefully it will install. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's get the side panels put back on this case. And we can get this case out in the hallway. And we can get to work. Man, that case is huge. We can get to work on our build. Okay. We'll get the case taken apart. All this stuff needs to come off. This side. And the top. And the rear case fan. And the front case fans. There we go. And I think this, I don't know. We'll see if that needs to come out here in just a moment. In just a moment. Let's grab some custom water cooling parts, though. We need a radiator. So let's grab our Corsair XR7 360 millimeter radiator. We'll get that installed in the front of the case. I mean, it installed, but look, I think I've dealt with this. Ooh, I zoomed in too far. It's kind of glitching, but I mean, if it allows it, then sure. Okay, I'll leave it alone. Let's grab our reservoir. We've got the EK140 Revo D5 Plexi. We'll go ahead and install that back here. That's why the rear fan had to go. But we did get some fans for the top. I know I could have reused the fans that were already in the case, but I kind of wanted them to match the fans that were with our radiator. So we're going to get these Corsair ML140s mounted up in the top. Sorry for the super speedy scrolling. If it makes you sick, just don't look at it. Don't look at it. Okay. Okay, I think we are ready for our motherboard. We've got the Asus ROG Strix B550E gaming motherboard. We'll go ahead and get that installed. And let's get it ready for the CPU and 2 sticks of RAM. There we go. For the CPU, we've got the Ryzen 9 3900X, the 12-core, 24-thread CPU. Thing's a beast. Absolute beast. Let's grab our RAM. We've got 2 sticks of HyperX Fury 16 gig 3600 megahertz. They got a nice, sweet 32 gigs of RAM in here with space to possibly upgrade to 64. Let's go ahead. Let's grab some storage. We've got the ADATA Spectrix S40G, a 2 terabyte M.2 drive. We're just going to go ahead and mount that right here. And then we'll grab some thermal paste. And we can grab our CPU block. We've got the EK RGB CPU block. There we go. Get some of those out of our way. While we're at it, let's go ahead and grab our power supply. We've got the Corsair RM1000X. This thing is long, barely fits in here. I hate to wire this thing up in real life. These would have to go. There's no space for cables. There's no space for cables there. Grab our graphics card and go ahead and get that installed. We've got the Asus ROG Strix RTX 2080 Super. We will install that right there. Okay, let's cable it up next. Let's do something with some red. Maybe this red and black. I think that'll work. I think that'll work real nice. Motherboard's got some red on it. Yeah. Get everything cabled up here. There we go. Now it's time to pipe this. All right, let's grab. What do we want? What do we want? Maybe just clear rigid. But then do we have some... Let's do the red EK fittings. I think that'll work nicely. Let's run from here over to the CPU block. Oops. Couldn't even click it right. I couldn't even click it right. Whoa, I didn't know there was a bend there. Okay. Okay. Bring this down. Nope, but not like that. That's not good. There we go. That's nice and straight. I like that. Let's go ahead and accept that one. And then, let's see. I believe that looks like the in. Is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Let's go from the CPU block to right here. I kind of don't like the way that overlaps. See if we can't do something a little classier with it here. All right, I like the way that looks now. Much better. Much better. Let's go ahead and accept that one. And then we're going to run from, whoops, from here. Maybe. What's going on? There we go. I don't know what the heck it was, what it was doing. It was acting weird. Real weird. Let's run this maybe down some along the top of the graphics card. Let's adjust this a little bit so it's not in the way. Let's see. Let's pull it over just a little bit. I can live with that. I can live with that. Let's go ahead and accept it. Let's get some coolant in there. Pretty sure I'm just going to go with some red opaque. While that's running through, I'm going to grab a USB drive and go ahead and get that installed. And I'm going to start putting some of this case back together. I'll get the front panel put on here. And we may as well do the top panel. We can do this side panel. And what the heck, let's go ahead and do this side panel. Okay. Powered up. Hop into the BIOS. So we needed to overclock this to 4650 on the CPU. That should be pretty easy. Let's just take this up to 1.5 volts. 4650. Let's turn on our XMP. Of course, we'll have to run OCCT and make sure this is good, but we'll probably be all right. Let's get some software on here. Let's get the lighting app. Let's get... Maybe we'll run 3D Mark. I don't know. We'll see. Don't really think we need a GPU tuner. I think our GPU is already higher than what it needs. But we do need OCCT to make sure that our CPU overclock is good. Okay. So, let's do lighting real quick. Let's select that. Make everything red. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I like that. I like that just fine. Let's take a look at OCCT. CPU looks like it's doing just fine, but let's go ahead and run it real quick. Just to be sure. Takes a whopping 30 seconds. 80C. Seems like it's awfully warm. I think we're good though. Yep, I think we're good. It's saying we're good. I'm going to go ahead just for the fun of it though and run a 3D Mark. I'm just curious as to what the 3D Mark score is this thing gets, and this first little part of the test kind of lets you know if your CPU is throttling at all, which it's not doing. So, as soon as this is done, I will come right back and show you guys the score. There it is, 10,960. Not too bad of a score. Not too bad. Got over 60 FPS in both of the graphics tests, so yeah. That is definitely decent. Let's take a look at this thing. I think it turned out real nice. I'd put it on my desk, that's for sure. That is for sure. Let's get this thing out in the hallway. We can collect some money. Let's collect that one. 5 stars. We will take that. I'm very happy with my CPU, and using it is a massive pleasure now. Feel like I'm just now learning how to read. So what's going on with my brain? All right, let's discard that one. Then we've got this build. And then we've got this build that we just got done doing. Let's go ahead and collect that one. 4 stars. They built me a great PC. I'll take your 4 stars. I will take your 4 stars. That is just fine. We've got another email there. We got some daily deals. We'll have to check those out. Let's close this stuff out of our way. Let's go to PC Bay. We got to go there anyway. Let's go ahead. Let's buy this stick of RAM. Why not? I don't care about that. Let's buy that stick of RAM. Oh, what the heck? Let's buy the motherboard too. Let's buy the motherboard. Okay, let's check on our auctions. We were up to $716, $567, and $1,051. We have 4 days remaining, so that's 4 more episodes from now. If you didn't see the episode where we built these, I will put a link up in the upper right-hand corner. You can go and check that video out. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified as soon as a video goes live. Also, if you want to help support the channel and check out some behind-the-scenes stuff, go check out my Patreon. There's a link down in the description. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Be sure to wash your hands, and I will see you in the next episode.